today we will cover two collections from two Czech writers we last covered in episodes 535 and 544 respectively. First, Josef Lukavský's 1924 Hell on Earth. Half an hour from Prague concerns a peaceful house on the periphery, where the narrator one day finds an old woman who, when her lover would elope with her daughter, threw him down a pit and kept him alive down there for years, making sure to live herself so he couldn't get out and experience even a moment of happiness. Pan concerns a man being whisked away in a car to a secret gathering where, among writers Bacchanalia, the statue of Pan himself comes to life to preside over the proceedings. The warmth of the family hearth concerns a woman who is abused by a husband whom she loves. So one night she sets her house on fire and holds him in place so they both die in the flames. Metallic Eyes has a man fall in love with an enigmatic woman he meets at the Mineral Spawn, who exerts a strange fascination on those around her that forces them to commit horrible crimes, for the sake of jealousy and desire, including causing a small plane crash, before she has her husband murdered and pins it on the narrator. Hans has a man fall in love with two sisters and refusing to marry either, so they murder him and hide his body in a chest in a hidden room. In Hamlet, a crazy man who thinks he's Hamlet and who meets the daughter of the asylum director winds up throwing her off a cliff to send her to heaven to send his father a message. Second, we have Della Cámara's 1943 Perfumes of Evil. Priestess of Unknown Gods is probably the best. Several intelligence agents are found murdered bearing an enigmatic statue of an old crone, which results in Officer Giscard Carteri, called Satan by his friends, in convincing the eccentric Professor Norton to go look for the ruins of the hidden city of the Queen of Sheba. The expedition winds up in the desert where one of their number is violently impaled, before Carteri finds the High Priestess in the ruins of Sheba, after she had escaped them in Paris, and learns there is a queen ruling the ruins descended from Queen Bilqis herself, and warns how Sheba will be a power that will wipe out all opposition. We never get to see this queen or do anything else, as beyond a sad anti-Semitic screed written into the narrative by Cámara about Jews wanting to steal oil in the Middle East, the whole story just ends right there. There is a rather anemic love story that happens mostly off-screen, and there is a whole section where for several pages we get introduced to the top 5 British security agents in the Orient, as if they were to be important, only for none of them to ever show up, making this feel like a longer adventure novel Cámara got bored of writing. Most of the remaining stories are not interesting, as they are mostly pro-Frankist propaganda set during the Spanish Civil War, seeing as Cámara was a dedicated fascist and fake Spanish nobleman. There's a villainous socialist matador, a gun smuggler betrayed by the Republicans, etc., etc. There is a long diatribe that has a few intriguing notes about surprise corpses and invocations of the devil in the Paris catacombs, before it veers off into an anti-Jewish Masonic conspiracy theory about the Count of Cagliostro. Cleopatra in Paris, the final story, is rather dull. A woman who may be the reanimated Cleopatra goes around Paris and messes with people, before leaving France with Giscard Carteri.